Hi everyone, I'm Janneke and welcome to my channel Books and Stitches, wherein I sometimes talk about books but mainly talk about cross stitch. This is going to be a bit of an odd video in that I'm going to talk about both. Usually I try to split them up into booktube videos and flosstube videos so you can just watch whichever ones you're interested in. However, I have had a bit of an off month or two, so you might notice if you're a regular watcher that it has been a while since I last updated a video. um, I got a bit in a depressive spiral, I guess, or just like my depression hit a bit of a valley. So I kind of stopped everything for a little bit, and I want to get back on track now. So I have deleted all the clips I took from the last video I posted, basically. So everything after that, it's gone now. I don't know what I have shown you or what I haven't. I'm just going to start fresh. And to do that, I decided to do a little bit of a 24-hour readathon, 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, in that I'm going to try to read and stitch for as much as possible for 24 hours. So I am going to start this tomorrow morning. It is evening right now. So I'm not showing you like a timer yet, but I will set a timer for 24 hours. And anytime I stitch or read, we will count how long I spend on it, and we'll see how long it takes to get to 24 hours. It is really, really hot. So you can probably hear my fan being loud because it's at like the highest rate it can go. And tomorrow it will be even hotter. So I don't know how much I'll actually get done tomorrow, reading or stitching wise, because I don't do well with heat. And tomorrow is like the hottest day in, I think, so far this year, but it's going to be like 30 plus degrees, which for the Netherlands and in Celsius degrees is really, really, really hot. And our homes are not made to have that heat level. So yeah, my fan will be on. Hopefully it isn't too much of a bother, and we'll see if I actually get any reading or stitching done. If not, we'll just extend until I reach 24 hours. It might take a couple days. It'll definitely take more than one day because I am going to just sleep and stuff. But I'm going to try to see how far I can get on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, I will have plans again, but I don't have anything planned for Saturday and Sunday. So I guess it's less of a 24-hour and more of a see how much I can get done on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. I haven't really like ironed anything out. This was very impulsive. I just watched Covers with Cassidy's readathon video where she did like a 48-hour reading challenge, and it kind of inspired me to pick up the camera again and get back into it. So I am going to tell you a little bit about what I might be reading and stitching on the next couple of days. We're going to start with reading. I am currently about a little less than halfway through Vera Wung's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. This is a detective novel, like a cozy detective, I think it is, about older woman. She's in like her 60s, I think, who runs a tea shop. It's not really successful anymore. She doesn't really get any customers. I think there's like one customer she gets, and that's it. But a dead body gets found in her tea shop, and she decides that the police are not doing their job correctly and that she will solve the murder. So that is what I'm currently in the middle of. I will tell you a little bit more about it in just a little bit, like my thoughts and stuff so far. But first, I will tell you what else I may or may not be reading. I'm currently also listening to the second book in the All Access series, which is a romance series. They're quite short books. They're not like novellas, but they really are quite short. I'm listening to the audiobook, and the audiobook is like 5 hours or less. I don't remember the title. It's like Love Flushed, I think. But the All Access series is like a series of 3 books. They're written by Evie Mitchell. Oh, this is by Jesse Sutanto. The All Access series is by Evie Mitchell, I believe. And it is a series of romance novels that are like interconnected in that characters appear in the other books as well, but each book centers around a different romantic pairing. It's quite a regular thing in romance series, I believe. I read the first book or listened to it in May, and I decided to just continue the series because it was fun and they're short and they're nice to listen to. So this book in particular centers around Annie, who has Crohn's disease, and inspired by that, she made her own toilet paper company of like recyclable toilet paper. And I don't remember the guy's name. Link. It's Lincoln. Link. Link, who is the main love interest, the other main character, he has a paper mill that is in a lot of debt because of decisions his father made. So he and his brother now run the paper mill and are trying to get it out of debt. And they have to like make a deal with Annie for that. And Link and Annie are also like high school exes. So far, it's been fun. I like it. It's not like anything I would like yell off the rooftops like, oh, this is amazing. But it is fun. I enjoy it. I like it more than the first book in the series so far. I think that's mainly because the first one centered around BDSM. And I just didn't really care for the sexy scenes. There are still sexy scenes here. But that's not really my thing, but I like the romance in it. They are erotic novels, so like you should expect the sexy things. Like I went into it expecting them, but they're just not my thing necessarily, so I kind of just zone out when those happen. And so far, this book just has had less of them, but I'm also like not that far into it. But the first book, they started like pretty much almost immediately, and this book, they're like reconnecting. So there has been a sexy scene, but they're not together yet. But it is fun, and I am excited to continue that. That will probably be the easiest thing when it's this hot, because I can just like either lay down with my eyes closed or like play a video game. In the meantime, there are a couple of games that are like you don't have to think about them, you can just play. So that will be easy. But I hopefully will read physical books as well. There are 2 more books on my TBR for June. I don't know if I'll get to them. One of them is Homebody. I don't remember the author, but I will tell you if I pick it up. But that is a graphic novel, so that is also one that I might try and read tomorrow if I can't concentrate on Fair or Wrong. If I can't concentrate on the actual book, I might pick that up because it is a graphic novel. That should be easier. Or the other book that's on my TBR for June is the next book in the Ranger's Apprentice series. I'm rereading the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan. That is a series that I loved a lot as a kid. So I decided to just reread them this year. I read the first 5 books last year, and I'm reading the next 5 this year. I'm currently on book 7. Well, I'm reading book 6, but chronologically the 7th book, if that makes sense. I don't think it does. Book 7 in the series actually takes place before book 5. So last year I read book 1 to 4 and book 7. And this year I read book 5 and I have book 6 on my TBR. It's like a middle age book. Not middle grade, though it is also aimed at middle grade, but I mean like the Middle Ages. It takes place there. It's like knights type of stuff. I will go into more detail if I pick it up in this video, but that is a reread and aimed at children. So again, that might be easier if I can't concentrate on Fair or Wrong. So those are on my TBR, so those might also appear in this video. Fair or Wrong, let me tell you my thoughts on it. And I promise afterwards you will get to cross-stitching. Fair or Wrong, I am really enjoying it so far. I thought the beginning was very confusing though. I went into this expecting it to be Feyre's perspective only, and it has a lot of different perspectives. I think there are like 5 or 6 different people that you follow around. I had to make notes of who was who. But once that was like in my mind, I started really enjoying it. I think it's really funny. I think, it's just a lot of fun. I don't know why I didn't tell you that when I talked about this book. This is not a planned out video, if you hadn't noticed before. Because I don't have much to say other than that I'm enjoying it. And I could have just said that when I told you what it was about. I probably should have. Anyway, this is what I'm hoping to finish this week. weekend, these 24 hours, whatever it ends up being. But we shall see. Then for cross stitching, I will be working on my 6 projects. So this is where I'm starting from. I have already done like 500-ish stitches on it in this rotation. I should explain things like context. Okay, if you're new here, I have 20, 18? I don't even remember. 18, I think, projects. But 8 of them are in my main rotation. And for my main rotation, I have stitch count goals. And I just randomly pick one, do the amount of stitches on that project, and then pick the next one. So for 6, which is a project based on the musical 6, the artwork is by Taylor and Cromwell, the pattern is by Taylor and Cromwell. I have a goal of 1,000 stitches. So I want to finish these stitches up until I reach the 1,000 goal, and then we will switch to a different project. I don't know which project yet. We'll pick that out together. But this is it. So I am really liking it. This is based on Catherine Parr, but the rest is just border. This is the only like fill-in I've done. Last year I finished all the black borders. That was so much black stitching. But now I get to fill her in. So I'm working on these dark blue colors right now to fill in. This is actually 2 different colors. I don't know how visible that is. In real life, I can sometimes see it and sometimes not. So, but yeah, it's lighter in the middle. So I'm working on the lighter dark blue right now. I finished it in here and in here, and I need to do it in here. But I need around 500 stitches to reach the goal on this. Tomorrow morning, I will show you my actual starting point, because I may or may not get some stitching in tonight, as well as tell you how many stitches I need to reach my goal. But this is going to be the first focus piece. What I would also like to do tomorrow is watch the next episode of The Mole. So if you're not familiar with my cross stitch game, I play like a game based on Jessie Marie Dustuff's Big Brother stitching game, as well as her Bake Off stitching game. I don't know if she still plays either. I don't think she does. But it is definitely inspired by that. And I watched an old season of a Dutch reality TV show called Who is the Mole? And based on people finding tokens and the person who goes home, I will do a certain amount of stitches on a certain project. So those are the 10 projects that are not in my main rotation. I haven't worked on those in a bit because I haven't watched an episode in like a month. So I would like to watch the next episodes and actually get those projects out as well. Those will have smaller stitch count goals, so they're like easy like achievements, which is also quite fun. So yeah, I would also like to do that, but we'll see how far I get, like I said. And yeah, that is probably it for this clip. I have been gaming a lot, so hopefully I won't be doing that much. But we'll see. I've been playing Date Everything, which is really fun. It's a dating simulator where you literally date like personified versions of household objects. So you like date your fridge or your beds or your TV or your table. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually like really fun. And I've also been getting back into Escape Academy, which is like basically escape rooms in like a story. Yeah, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of games because it's too hot to do anything else. But hopefully tomorrow I will be doing a lot of stitching and reading. And I will update you tomorrow when I actually start. See you then. Oh shit, I already started filming. I did not realize that. I'm going to delete it. Hi everyone, it is now Saturday morning. I did not sleep well, so I am really tired, which is not a great sign for this vlog, but we're gonna try and start it anyway. So, I'm gonna be yawning a lot throughout. Hopefully I'll wake up at some point, but yeah, I've been awake for like 4 hours and it's only 8 a.m, so not a lot of sleep. Anyway, let's get started with the vlog. I am gonna try at least to start Fair Wrong, or like continue it, but I likely will be too tired for it, so then I might switch to one of the other books I mentioned. I will tell you more about whichever book I read when I do read it. And for 6, I did do a bit more stitching yesterday, and I also had done more than I had thought I'd done like previously. So I only have to do 268 stitches before I reach my goal of 1,000. So I think my plan right now is to try to get some reading done first and then stitch while watching the mole. And then when I have reached the 268 stitches, we can do some game stitching, because I think that would be more fun for you to watch as well, because you can see a lot of different projects that way. So we are gonna set a timer for 24 hours and we're just gonna start and see how much I get done. Actually, let me tell you what page I'm starting on as well. I am gonna start on page 152. So I'm gonna start by reading a bit, and then I'll do some stitching, and then I'll update you. So let's start. Oh, you can also clearly see what I'm watching. I'm watching Master Baker, which is a baking show on YouTube by the streamer Cutie Cinderella, wherein a bunch of streamers bake. Streamers who don't know how to bake. So it's quite funny and it's quite nice, and I like cooking shows, and this is a fun one. So I found out it existed like yesterday, and I have watched season 1 and 2. They're only like 6 or 7 episodes each show. It's not like crazy long. And I'm on season 3 right now. The episodes in season 3 are a lot longer though, so I don't know if I'll watch that as quickly as 1 and 2, because in 1 and 2 they were like 20 minutes each, and now they're like an hour each, so obviously it's gonna take longer. But yeah, that's what I am watching. But I'm not gonna continue watching that now because I'm gonna read. Let's start my timer. Okay, so I was indeed too tired to read physically, but I did figure out that there is an audiobook of this book on Everend, which is the audio ebook app that I have a subscription to. So I just spent like an hour and 20-ish minutes listening instead. So there are 22 hours and 40 minutes left on the 24-hour readathon. And I read the equivalent of about 50 pages that way. Audiobook listening is a lot slower for me. I know for some people it goes a lot quicker because they like speed it up, but I can't understand it then. So I usually listen to about 1.2 speed, sometimes 1.5, depending on the narrator. But yeah, I'm listening to this book on 1.2 speed, so it does take longer to get through pages that way. I like reading 50 pages would take me, I would say, around 50 minutes, depending on the book. I think I usually read about a page a minute. So maybe 52 an hour, depending on the book. But listening to it, it does take longer. But that's fine. It is a lot of fun. I am really enjoying the found family aspect of this book. I did not expect that going into it. I didn't know that was a part of this book, but I am loving it. So the books, I've mentioned before that it's centers around like 5 different characters. I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 and a child that isn't like a point of view, but does play a part as well. But the book centers around Vera Wrong, who I described as the old lady who decides to solve the murder. And the other 4 point of views are the people she suspects. So they're like 2 early 20s people who we don't really know how they're connected to the dead body, which is Marshall Chen. I'll probably refer to him as Marshall going forward. But you don't really know how they're connected. You just know they have some type of relationship with Marshall, there's some connection there. And there is Marshall's wife and Marshall's brother. So those are the 4 people she suspects, because they all visit her tea shop after the dead body is found. This is all like in the first couple of chapters, so no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything. And Marshall's wife, Julia, also has a little kid called Emma. And yeah, they're all just bonding with each other, which is great. So Vera is like becoming like a grandmothery figure to Emma and a mothery figure to Julia, and you're just reading about everyone bonding, and I did not expect it, but I love it, and I don't want any of them to be guilty. Like, just a blanket warning, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but there'll probably be some minor spoilers, but I won't like reveal any major spoilers. But you find out pretty quickly that Marshall is not a great guy. So there's reasons for everyone to have killed him, and also like you don't really feel bad for him. So I don't mind that much that he's dead, to be honest. But I just don't want any of them to be guilty. Still, I like all of them. So yeah, I am loving the found family aspect. I did not go into this expecting that to even be a part of it, and it is amazing. So yeah, I will move my bookmark to where I'm actually at. It's just the like receipt from my library, because this is a library copy. This is where I'm actually at. So there's still quite a bit to go. We'll see. I'm hoping to get more done today, but I'm going to move on to doing a bit of stitching now. I'll, depending on how I'm feeling, I might just continue listening to the audiobook today, because it is a lot of fun. The narrator is really nice, and yeah, I've just been really tired, so I'm struggling with like keeping my eyes open when I'm physically reading. And this way I can just play, like, I'm playing Dreamlight Valley right now, and not like any of the story quests, but just like grindy stuff. So like Dreamlight Valley is a game made by Disney, and you have like an event that has just like tasks you have to complete for points, and some of them are really grindy, like mine 10 blue gems. So you just keep mining until you've got 10 blue gems. So I'm doing those types of tasks where you don't have to think and I can just listen nicely. So, and that keeps me awake. So that's nice. So I might do that more later on, but for now we're going to get some stitching done. I'm going to watch the mole to see what else I will be stitching on, because I am really excited for that. So yeah, let's get started on that. 268 stitches, I think, was the goal. So just a quick reminder, this is my starting point. Let's get 268 stitches in. I'll probably switch to reading again before I reach to 268 stitches, but that depends on how quick it goes, because this project is like a lot of block stitching, so it does go quicker than other projects, but we shall see. Okay, so I've stitched for around 50-ish minutes, I think. We're here now. I don't think I will film every time I stop or switch or pause, because I think that will be too many clips in the video, at least long. But I have done around 117 stitches in that time, and I watched the next episode of The Mole. So if you're new here, a quick overview of both Who's the Mole and my stitching game related to it. It's a reality show that is, I think, in premise kind of similar to Traders. I've never watched Traders, but it's similar to what I imagine Traders to be. It has existed in the Netherlands for like 20 years or so now, I think, like maybe even longer. I think they had a 25th like anniversary like last year or this year or something around there. So it's like, it's been around for a while. I'm currently watching season 6, because that is the oldest season I could find easily, like all episodes for. And I just watched episode 4. There are 2 different types of tokens that can be found in the game. Regular ones, which allow a person to like basically have one question that they answer wrong on the final tests counted as correct. They have to make a test at the end about who the mole is, so who of them is trying to sabotage the others secretly. Anytime someone uses or finds one of those regular tokens, I do 50 stitches on the project that is assigned to them. I didn't explain that either. At the beginning of the season, there are 10 contestants, so I have 10 projects assigned, 1 to each person. There are also a special type of token. Further on in the seasons, there are multiple special tokens. I think right now it's just the 1 type, and that is basically just a free pass. You earn that. You don't have to worry about it, no matter how badly you did on a test. You're through. So I do 100 stitches anytime one of those is gained and or used. Later on, that is a separate thing. I think right now they are just used automatically, because I haven't seen the special tokens and I've never heard anyone decide to use them, and it has happened before in this season. I know in later seasons that you just get a green token and you can use it whenever you want, so you don't have to use it at episodes. Right now it is just automatically, so whenever one of those is, I just do 200 stitches on that project automatically instead of 100. Besides that, I also do 300 stitches on the project of the person who is eliminated at the end of the episodes, as like a farewell to that piece for a while. This episode, there were a lot of tokens. So I I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I might be off on some counts because whenever there are a lot introduced, it is really difficult to keep track of how many are found and how many are used. So there are a lot. I've written it all down. I will not be showing you each project right now. I'm just going to tell you the name of the project and how many stitches I will do on it. And then whenever I pull it out to actually work on it, I will show it to you. So I have a Bella Philodrina called Amphitrite. I will do 300 stitches on that. My handwriting is not the best in here because it's just like quick notes. I also have a Kiki's Delivery Service piece that is kind of small and newish. I replaced a different piece that I didn't like and decided to UFO of that, so I haven't gone too far on that yet, but that will get 300 stitches as well this week. Then there is Pumpkin Patch Pals, which are cute little black kitties on pumpkins. That will also get 300 stitches. And that will get that one quite far because that is really tiny. And it's also quite far already. It won't finish it, I don't think. But it will get kind of close, I think. Then there is a Pride's Blackwork piece that I really love. I love all of them, but I really love that one. That one is getting 350 stitches. There is also my Mother Nature Autumn. There was a series in, I think it was just Cross Stitch, but it might be a different magazine. Again, I will tell you that when I actually work on it, of Mother Natures for each season. And I am working on the autumn one for this game. And that one will get 500 stitches. So it's a lot. It's a big one. Then there is also my Robins piece, which is a full coverage where I've removed the background. It's just like of a lady with like orange like ginger hair that is like lifted up by little robins, like the birds. It's really cute. That one is only getting 100 stitches. Then there was a free pass, and that is going to go into Stitching Style, which is another stitch along from a different magazine. If you've watched my last videos, you might know that, hey, you might think, hey, didn't that person go home? They did. Last episode. They're back. Yeah, apparently that is a thing this season. I know it happens like a couple times across the seasons that an eliminated person gets brought back. This is one of those seasons. So he is back and he got a free pass for this episode. So he got a free pass and he used it because that is just automatic in the season, as I said. So that project is going to get 200 stitches. And then finally, the person who went home is my asexual tree. It's called Sitting. It's a freebie from Taylor and Cromwell, and it's basically just a tree and then the phrase, I don't remember what it's called, two people sitting, what it says, but it's like a play on that, sitting in a tree, KISSING, but instead of that, it says, help get us out of here, we're stuck, or something like that. I don't know. It's really funny. I will show you when I work on it. But yeah, it's a lot of stitching. I don't think I will get everything done this video. So we'll see how far we get. It is way more than I expected. So that does mean a lot of different projects, but it also means the goals on them are bigger. So I don't know how many I will actually get done. But we'll see, right? I'm going to focus on finishing 6 first. I need to do like 150-ish more stitches on that. And then I'll just move on to one of these pieces. Part of me wishes this were live, so you could just like vote on which one you want me to pick, because I hate choosing. So obviously that is not going to be a possibility. I am not active enough on Instagram to make a poll for that. If I was, I totally would. But I don't think anyone follows me because I don't post ever. So I don't think anyone would see the poll. Feel free to follow me. I regularly have the thought of, hey, I should be active on Instagram again. And every like once every half a year, maybe, I will post again with the intention of it being regularly. And then it ends up not being regularly. So feel free to not follow me also, because yeah, I probably won't post ever, or very, very rarely. But yeah, lots of stitching to do. And that is it for this clip. I am going to take a bit of a break now from the 24-hour I don't know what to call it, readathon, stitchathon. It's a mix of both. Because I am tired and hungry and I'm done with sitting on my couch. So I am gonna get up, I'm gonna get a little snack. I might do some walking if it's not too hot yet outside, or I might, I don't know, do something at my desk to at least be in a different environment. And then I will be back later on to finish my stitching and continue reading. And I don't know when I'll update, but you will see with me. Now, at 3.5 hours into the challenge, I have listened to about 30-ish more pages of Fair or Wrong. I still love it. I'm excited to continue it, but yeah, it just takes more concentration than I currently have because of the heat. So I don't know how much more we're gonna get done today, to be honest. It's only like 1 o'clock, so hopefully still a lot, but I think I will take a break for a couple hours while the heat cools down. But I don't know, I flip-flop a lot with what I end up doing. So and let's do about 30 more pages, and I finished the stitching on 6. So I have added 266 stitches. The goal is actually 268, but I figured I'm not gonna pull out a whole new color just for 2 stitches. So this is where we're gonna end up, 998 stitches total for this rotation. And since it's out of frame, I figured I'd show you the full thing. And next, I am gonna start working on my pride flag. That is a black work piece, so the 350 stitches are actually 700, considering I'm only counting each leg, like 2 legs is 1 stitch. And this is my starting point for that. I actually have the picture of what it will look like finished. I will show you. Let's see if you can see it. Nope, let's lower the brightness. How about now? That's still way too bright. I don't think it... Okay, this is the lowest it can get. Yeah, you can kind of see now. So this is what it will look like finished. I have no idea how much 350 stitches is gonna end up being. I will definitely finish the green, and I don't know what else. But this is my starting point. So I'm not sure when I will start working on it. I haven't had lunch yet, so we're gonna do that first, and then I'll see how I'm dealing with the heat and what is gonna end up happening. But yeah, I'm excited to touch some other projects, and I will see you in the next clip when I will have hopefully finished something, whether that is Fair or Wrong or the stitching. I don't know yet, but one of the two will hopefully be finished in the next clip. I am also gonna go to my mom's house this evening after dinner, so I need to take some stuff with me that's like easy to stitch. I do want to take stitching with me, but I want to go there like pretty early in the evening when it's not super tired yet. So I need to take something with me that's only like a couple colors. So I need to look into what I'm gonna take with me. Honestly, the pride cell was probably a pretty good idea, but I'm working on it now because I already put it in the hoop. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this stitching tree, that's pretty easy. It's only 300 stitches, but I don't know. Yeah, it's really hot. Her house is better isolated. She's not there, so I'll still be on my own, but it's better isolated. So I'm gonna try and sleep there tonight because I do not deal well with all this heat. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. I'm gonna go eat some lunch now. Okay, so the readathon, stitchathon isn't going great. Last night I did listen to about an hour more of my audiobook while I did a puzzle at my mom's house. I only did like the edges. I'm not great at it, and it's been like years since I did it last, but it was kind of fun. Today I did absolutely nothing. I just tried to survive the heat, and I guess I succeeded, but yeah, I don't do well with the heat, so I honestly, I can't even tell you what I did today. I laid on the couch a lot. I think I did everything quite a bit this morning, but yeah, I have no idea what I did this afternoon. The last like half an hour or hour or so, I did pick up my stitching again though, and I finished the 350 stitches on my pride cell. So, not cell, my pride book. piece. So I finished the green and I did the red, and I made a start on a bit more black just to finish off the stitches, but that's literally just this little line because I needed like 7 more stitches, so it's like 14 back stitches. Yeah, this is what it looks like right now. It's gonna go away now because I did 350 on it. The person hasn't been eliminated yet, so it might work on it again this season. I mean, I will work on it again this season. So we shall see when it gets pulled out again. For now, I am gonna move on to my stitching cell. So that is a Stitches Paradise. This is what it will look like finished. The quality of this printout isn't great, but it's the best I could do. I'm gonna try and open it on my tablet to tell you what magazine it's from. It is from, where is it from? The World of Cross Stitching. The screenshot I took, don't say which issue, so I can't tell you that. I think it's the 2024 Stitch Along though. And my starting point on it, I finished one part last time I worked on it. So the middle block is now finished, and I made a start on the block next to it. So this is my starting point, and we're gonna put 200 stitches into this. I'm not sure where that will leave us off, but that will be nice. I'll see if I can get that done tonight. Hopefully I can. I haven't read at all today. I'm really close to finishing the book. There's like 50 more stitches left. It's just so hot that I don't want to read, and I am not in a mood to listen either. So yeah, I think we'll just have to wait until tomorrow for that. This 24-hour is definitely taking longer than this weekend because I am still at 17 and a half hours left. My tablet is not working on. So yeah, we're still at 17 and a half hours left. So far, I have worked on 2 different projects though, and I am almost finished with my book. So, I mean, that's not bad. Tomorrow we'll continue, and hopefully tonight as well, I'll do a little bit more of this. Right now, I need to go drink some water though, because I keep forgetting to drink, and it's really hot, so I need to drink. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then I will put some stitches into a Stitches Paradise, and we'll see how far I get. See you in the next one. Hi, it is now Monday. I was quite busy today, so I haven't done any reading yet, and I've only done a tiny bit of stitching, but I did reach the 200 stitches on my Stitches Paradise cell. So I did this skein. It is mostly done. There are still 2 colors in like the gaps there, and then obviously there's a lot of back stitching, but I'll finish the entire block before I start back stitching the block. But yeah, this is the first skein that is now nearly done. I ended up doing 206 stitches just to finish off one of the colors in here. I didn't want to leave it off with still 6 stitches left in that color. So this is what it looks like right now. And next I will be working on Mother Nature Autumn. So let me look that up. Oh, I have the time here. So there's still 16 hours left on the to-do clock, but we have done 8 hours now. I think I've done quite a bit in that, right? So nearly finished with Fear Wrong. I haven't read since last time, but still we're nearly finished with Fear Wrong. And we've worked on 3 projects already. This is the wrong app that I'm opening. Let me look for Mother Nature Autumn. This is, oh, that you can't see that. I thought it was already on the darkest. It is not. This is what she will look like finished. Now I feel like it's too dark, but I don't know. This is the best I can do for you. So this is what it will look like finished. And my starting point is here. This one will take a bit longer because I need to do 500 stitches in this one. And also there's a lot of like confetti ninja stitches where there's only like 2 or 3 stitches in a color, and then you have to change colors again. Sorry about that. It's still hot, so I have a fan on me like almost constantly, which is giving me a cold, but that's fine. I can't deal with the heat. So I did recently find out, by the way, in case anyone else is unaware of it, that a lot of psychiatric medication, like antidepressants, influence you during the heat. Like you are more susceptible to the heat when you take certain medication, or you're like more likely to experience like issues with the heat. So that's nice to know, at least, since I take one of those medications. So uh, really happy the doctor never told me that. But thank you, internet, I guess. So yeah, if you take any psychiatric medication for like antidepressants or anything like that, and you do struggle with the heat, maybe check out if it's that might be why. So that you're aware of it and you like know you need to prepare better than you might imagine. Anyway, this will be my starting point, and I will do 500 stitches on this, and I will hopefully also finish Fear Wrong, because I literally only have 50 pages left. I've just been too tired to read. So I think I will be playing a bit more Dreamlight Valley and listening to the audiobook. I really want to read physically, but I'm just too tired for it. So yeah, I think I'll just finish it through audiobook instead. I wanted to finish it like with my eyes, but don't think that's gonna happen. So I did get a new book in. One moment. Well, this arrived today. I didn't intend to show this because I don't really film hauls or whatever, but yeah, it came in today. It is the first actual like novel in the Myrtle series. So Myrtle is like, they're like puzzle books that have a story in them, and this one is actually a novel. It's aimed at middle grades. Most of the Myrtle series is for adults, but they have like 2 volumes that are for kids, and this is based on the characters in those volumes. So I'm really interested in reading this. I have been really loving middle grade mysteries, so yeah, and I love the puzzles. So I don't know when I'll read this because I already have my TBR for June finished. I haven't made one for July yet, so maybe this will fit on there. But I usually join in on readathons, and those usually don't get announced until like the last couple of days of the month. So I'll make my TBR for July then. But yeah, this might just get on there because I'm really excited for this one. Anyway, figured to show you since it arrived today, and I am gonna, I think, play some Dreamlight Valley and listen to my audiobook, or I might stitch some. I don't know. I'm really tired, so we'll see. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple days, so this was probably the worst time to do this 24-hour readathon because I have had a real flare up in my chronic fatigue, and I have spent the last couple of days doing nothing. Um, yeah, so that has been kind of a regular thing lately, which is why I did this in the first place, because I wanted to get back into stitching and reading. So I am just going to continue. It's just going to take longer to get to the 24 hours than I had hoped or expected. But yeah, it is now Friday, I believe. So I think the last clip I filmed was on Monday, maybe. Either way, I am at 12 hours now, so we're halfway done. It's been about a week, so still, we're halfway done. That's nice. I have finished Fear Wong. I loved it. So I finished Fear Wong's Guide to No, that's Fear Wong's Unsolicited Advice to Murderers. That's the full title. The second book is Guide to Snooping on a Man. I don't have it yet, but I'm pretty sure I ordered it. Like I said, I've been really tired, so things just slip in and out of my brain. I'm 90% sure I ordered it yesterday because I ordered some other stuff, and I think I added both of the Fear Wrong books to that order because they were pretty cheap. They were like less than 10 euros each. So anyway, I loved it. Yes, it's definitely 5 stars for me. It did make me tear up at the end. I did not expect it to make me emotional, but it absolutely did. But it is amazing. If you like found family, if you like murder mysteries, if you like funny characters, if you like really realistic family dramas and issues and like personal confidence issues and stuff that will make you tear up, yeah, read it. It is great. I did not expect it to hit as much as it did, but it absolutely did. I loved it. I absolutely recommend it. So I finished that. I think I finished that on Monday or Sunday. And since then, I have started Homebody, which is Theo Parrish's graphic memoir. I am this far in. I'm enjoying it so far, but I have not read too much of it yet. But it is basically Theo Parrish's journey to find their gender identity. And yeah, it is really pretty. The pictures inside of it are really nice, and so far I'm liking it. It is kind of black and white. It's mainly black and white, but there's like some pink accents colors. But yeah, I do really like it. So you can see a bit more of the pink here, maybe. I don't know how well the camera picks up on it, but it's really nice. I need to finish it, and then I need to read Ranger's Apprentice. So still hoping to get both of those done not this week, but before July. So to do that, I need to actually pick up a book and read though, which I haven't done in the last couple of days. I also haven't stitched in the last couple of days. But we're getting back into it. I'm also still listening to Love Flushed. I did listen to a bit more of that. I think I'm like 60 or 70% done with it right now. I am really enjoying it. So I don't remember how much I've talked about Love Flushed. So I'm just going to quickly tell you what it's about right now. It is a romance novel. It's pretty short. The audiobook that I'm listening to is like 5 hours. And it is by Evie Mitchell. It is part of her All Access series, which centers around disabilities as well. So the main character in this has Crohn's disease, but it is mainly a romance novel. So it's really nice. It's a second chance romance novel. So the main characters used to date, broke up, and now they're going to get back together. They're not back together yet, but it's a romance novel, so you know how it's going to end. But they have to work together because his family's like paper making company is in a lot of debt and needs like new customers and stuff. And she has a toilet paper like brands company, and her supplier isn't I can't think of the words, isn't working with her anymore. Basically, the contract is ended. He's not renewing the contract. That's what I was looking for. And she can't find another supplier to like match her demands and stuff. So they are now working together. She bought stock into the company or shares or something. I don't know the business terms, but and now they have to work together. They have to be in close proximity with each other, and yeah, it is the second book in a series, but the series is like a standard romance series in which they are standalones. They just take place in the same world, and the characters from the previous books do appear in this book as well. So the main character in the last book is like one of the main characters in this book's best friends. So if you do want to read them in order, I would suggest it, just because chronologically it happens in that order, but honestly you don't have to. Like, yes, you know, the couple in the first book has gone together if you read the second book, but like I said, it's a romance novel, so that's kind of an assumption you go under anyway. So yeah, I don't know why this is loose instead of in my ponytail. I'm not gonna fix it right now though, because I don't know, just not gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to stitching and reading, and I will update you probably when I either finish Homebody, Love Flushed, or my stitches on Mother Nature Autumn. I'm about halfway done with that, by the way. So it's here, so let me just show you quickly. The lighting isn't great because it's really early in the morning and the weather is being kind of weird in that it has been either really sunny and really hot or very gray and rainy. And right now it's gray and rainy. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I'll show you in better lighting when I'm done with it, book. I didn't plan on showing it, which is why I didn't like make artificial lights. I think that's all for now. I will get back to stitching and reading. Okay, update time. It is probably the worst time to film. Please ignore the sound of my fan, the bad lighting, and the t-shirt in my hair. It is really hot, which is why all my curtains are closed. I've put it like a tiny bit open to at least have some natural light, but yeah, the lighting sucks, and that's also why the fan is on. And I just had a shower, and I have some sensory issues, so I can't deal with bad hair in my neck, and the t-shirt helps keep my hair from being in my neck while still letting it like air dry. So that's the why. I know it looks kind of ridiculous, but ignore that. I have a lot to update you on. I think I don't remember when I last filmed or what I told you. So I finished the 500 stitches on Mother Nature Autumn. I don't remember if I've shown you that before or not. So in case I haven't, this is what she looks like now. I did quite a bit of the background in the dress and a lot in like leaves and mushrooms. I think this will really start popping once I backstitch, but I want to do the bottom half fully like cross stitch wise and then backstitch that and then move on to the top half. So that will be a while. So we're gonna move on to the next project. I can't find my notebook. My couch is way too full. I really need to tidy it up. So the next project that I'm gonna work on is Amphitrite, which is a Bella Filipina. It is called Amphitrite. This is what she will look like when she's finished. I am not using the silks. I'm just replacing them with like a DMC that's, when looking at the colors online, looked the most similar. So I don't know how that will end up looking yet. I'll figure that out once I actually get to that point, but I have written down like some DMC numbers for that. And this is my starting point. So I started in like this conch shell, and this is some seaweed. Not sure where I'm gonna move next because I really focused on finishing off the conch shell last time, and I did that. But this will get another 300 stitches. So that is quite exciting. And reading wise, I finished Homebody by Theo Parrish. It is a really beautiful memoir. If you want to like read about someone's experiences, like coming to terms with their gender identity, I definitely recommend it. It is also a graphic novel, so it's very accessible and easy to read. I only gave it 3 stars because it just isn't really my thing. For some reason, I went into this thinking this was like a fictionalized story of their like coming out, or at least that there was like more of a plot, and it really is a memoir, just like talking about their experience with realizing and accepting that they're trans and non-binary. So it just wasn't what I wanted from it, but that's not the book's fault. That's definitely my fault for going into it with the wrong expectations. I definitely still recommend this book if you want to read like a memoir about someone's experiences. That just wasn't what I was hoping it was. I knew it was like based on their life, but I thought that was it. Like it was based on their life, and instead it's just their life. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that is how I felt about it. So I did like it. I gave it 3 stars. So for me, that's not a bad score. That's just I liked it, but I didn't love it score. I know some people like rate quite high, and then 3 stars is like a low rating for them. For me, it's just like an average rating. And I have started The Siege of Mackinac, which is the 6th Ranger's Apprentice book, but 7th in chronological order, which is how I'm reading them. I read this entire series as a kid and absolutely loved them. And last year I decided I wanted to reread them as an adult. I originally read them in Dutch. I got the English versions for my mom for my birthday, I think 2 years ago now. And it was a box set of like book 1 to 12. So I wanted to read them because I loved them as a kid. So I have started reading book 6. So I'm not going to go into detail about what book 6 is about, since that obviously spoils a lot of the series. But the main series is like a fictionalized medieval adventure series. It is aimed at children, so it is, I would consider it middle grade. I wasn't really aware of like middle grade as as an age group when I read it, but I read it when I was like 10-ish, I think, 10, 11. So that's like the age I would recommend it for. It was a really popular series in my school, um, mostly among boys, but I absolutely loved it. The first book is about an orphan named Will. He grows up in like the ward of as a ward of a castle, and on their 15th birthday, the wards all get chosen to be an apprentice by someone like the cook or a knight or a diplomat. And Will really wants to be a knight, but he's really small. And the knights, I don't remember the name of the craftsmaster of the knights, but the battle school master is like, sorry, we don't really want you. You're not fit for this. And a ranger, who is like a mysterious thing for the people in that country. They're like advisors to the king, but they're like more like spies. And like each province, I guess, is the equivalent, has one ranger, and the ranger is like, I like that boy. I want him as my apprentice. And Will isn't really like excited about that because, like I said, the rangers are really mysterious. Nobody really likes them. They like think they're participating in black magic, practicing black magic. They're not magical. There are a couple of magical elements in like a couple of the books, but the majority of the books are like very realistic in that way. They're not like magical creatures or anything in the majority of the books. There are a couple where there are, but not in the majority. So the rangers don't practice magic. They are just really good at archery and knife throwing and moving around unseen, using shadows and stuff like that. And yeah, they're just like sneaky. But the alternative is to start working on a farm because none of the other like craftsmasters of the castle want him as an apprentice. So he becomes a ranger's apprentice, hence the series title. In book 6, he's no longer an apprentice, but I'm not going to go into that. I am really enjoying it. I'm about a third of the way through. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow because I want to finish it in June so I can start fresh in July with my July reading plans. I would also like this vlog to end before the end of July, but I also still want to reach the 24 hours, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. But yeah, I'm really loving this. So I have 2 more days to finish this. But I read 110 pages in it yesterday, so if I can continue doing that, that will be fine. Timer-wise, I kind of messed up. I had been really good at actually like using the timer anytime I read and stitched. I forgot yesterday and today. So I have on the timer 9 hours and 10 minutes left. In reality, that's more like 7 hours and 10 minutes. I read for about an hour and a half yesterday, and I listened to the audiobook for about half an hour today. So yeah, that is actually only like 7 hours left. So I think it's doable for today and tomorrow. Just need to actually read and stitch. But I think timing wise, it's pretty doable. Just like 4 hours each day. I think I can do that. Audiobook wise, I'm really enjoying Loveflushed. I will tell you more about it once I'm finished. I still have about an hour and a half left in it. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think that's it for this update. This video is going to be quite long. I hope you're okay with that. But I think it's helping me get back into it. I still think timing wise, with my chronic fatigue flare up as well as the heat that I'm suffering with, it's not like the best time for it, but you know, otherwise I wasn't going to go back into reading and stitching. So what up? Oh, I suddenly wanted to start talking in Dutch. I was going to say wat dat betreft, which means according to that, I guess, or like thinking about that aspect of it, it is like actually good that I did it now because it helped motivate me. I'm gonna go do something. Not sure what yet. I have a list of chores I also need to get done. So I think I will just get some reading in now though. So see you in the next clip. Okay, I've done my 300 stitches. I ended up doing 333. and I did this like blue. I think this will be like a coral, but yeah, this is what it looks like now. This is what would actually be a Karen Water Lily silk, but I think it looks fine like this. Obviously, I can't really tell until like everything surrounding it is done. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it looks right now. So that's it for this project. And I will move on to the next one. I'm not going to do that right now though, because it is really hot and I'm really tired. So I will just show it to you whenever I pick it up. Okay, I'm back. It is now the 1st of July. It was too hot to do anything yesterday. It's still way too hot. It's like 35 degrees today. I feel like this entire video is just me complaining about the heat. Sorry about that. There's a heat wave and I don't deal well with heat. But yeah, we'll try to stick to stitching for this clip. I reset the timer to like match up what I had forgotten to account for in reading. So it doesn't take 24 hours at the top anymore, but this is how much time there is left to reach the 24 hours. That's Kirsty from Cape of Bookish. I'm watching her booktube video. Go check her out if you haven't already and you like booktube. But this is it. So that's how much longer we have left. And I'm going to start stitching on the robins. So this is what it will look like finished. Artwork by Cindy N. Nielsen. Cindy S.D. Nielsen. I got this from Fret Geeks. And yeah, this is my starting points. The goal for this one is only 100 stitches. I don't think you'll see much of a difference, but I'm gonna go add 100 stitches to this while I continue watching some booktube and flosstube videos. And I'll see you when those 100 are done. I don't know if I'll get any more reading done this vlog, to be honest. I'm not expecting to get any done today. Maybe tomorrow. The temperature should go down at least a couple degrees tomorrow, so fingers crossed, but we'll see. Hi, I'm back. We're like 45 minutes-ish further on, and I finished 100 stitches on robins. I ended up doing 116 and then parking what was left of the threads when I realized I was already over 100. So there is a part thread here. But yeah, this is what it looks like now. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I added some stitches to it. And now we're gonna move on to my Kiki's delivery service piece. So I don't have a print out for that one, so I'm gonna open the mock up. Let's lower the brightness immediately this time around. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And it has the quote "smile so we can make a good impression," which I found very relatable because I'm autistic and I always struggle with meeting people, and I always have to like consciously think like, oh, smile, because otherwise people think you're angry. Just like my resting face is, I don't know, it's quite mean, I guess, or not unhappy. So I always feel like I have to smile when I meet strangers. So yeah, I don't know. I just really like that saying. And I'm working on just the black for this one right now. I finished one of the colors and then moved on to the black. The black is by far the biggest. So this is my starting point. Ignore this, what you can see through it. That was a previous start that I ended up UFOing, but it's not like gonna end up mattering. But yeah, this is my starting point. You can see the little kitty and the start of the little witch. I'm just going to continue doing black, and I need to do 300 stitches on this one. So that's a nice amount. I will see how far I can get. I think I should be able to finish that within the 24-hour challenge, but that does depend on if I end up reading as well. Because I don't know. I do really want to finish my book because I had plans on finishing both Randy's Apprentice and my audiobook in June. It's now obviously July and they're not finished, so I want to finish them as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm not complaining about the heat again. It's just whether or not I get these 300 done will depend on that. But right now, there are exactly 4 hours and 47 seconds left on my challenge. Hi, I'm back. There is quite a bit to update you on. I have about 2 hours left of the challenge, and in the past, I don't know, however long it's been, I finished Love Flushed by Evie Mitchell. So that was the audiobook I was listening to. We'll input a picture. I don't know how I feel about the book. For the first like 75% of it, I loved it. It was on track to be like a 4 or 5 star. I loved the relationships. I loved the characters. I loved the representation of the Crohn's disease. And just in general, I really liked Evie Mitchell's writing. And then the last 25%, something switched, and I started really disliking it. There is going to be some spoilers in this review, but I'm not going to go into like major details. But just to explain like my feelings of it, I've the two main love interests were in a relationship in the past, broke up. It's a second chance romance, and the male love interests like really understood like, yeah, I really hurt her in the past, it's gonna take time to win that trust back. And he like even said something along those lines to her, like, I'll be here no matter how long it takes, like I'll earn your trust back. And suddenly it felt like instead of being like the patient guy he'd been before, he became really pushy and impatient and like just wanted an answer and stuff. And the main female love interests also suddenly gave in, which felt very out of character for her when I look at the first like 75% of the book. And then it was like the parts where they were like getting together, which I liked. And then immediately they were like engaged. And I was like, what is happening? This doesn't feel like either of their characters. It feels so sudden. And I just really disliked it. And then also a part of what I really liked about the first book in the series, which is not my type, is that they were really open and communicative, the two main characters, about like sex and kink before they participated in it with each other. And in this book, that just was not there at all. Like, there's still kinky sex, but no, all the communication that I loved in the first book was just missing. So I started actually really disliking the sex scenes. Like, they're never my favorite, but usually I'm fine with them. This time I like actively disliked them. I was like, ew, gross, let's skip this, which has never happened before. So yeah, I'm not loving it. I ended up giving it 3 stars just because I loved the first like 3 quarters of the book, and then I really disliked the last quarter. So I am gonna continue with the series, I think, because I do really like her writing style, and I like the disability representation. Like, I have irritable bowel syndrome, which is not the same as Crohn's, but it does have like some similarities, and it was just like really nice to read. So I do want to like continue. The next book is Darniddle, which is about the twin brother of the main male love interest in this book, as well as a friend who is in like the friendship circle of the female love interests, and they fall in love. So I will continue the series. I'm not sure when, probably like relatively soon, because they're like easy to get on my audiobook app. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure when yet. But, I have not continued Ranger's Apprentice yet. I really want to. It's just been so hard that I've not had the focus to read, and I don't have those available as an audiobook. So it should be a lot cooler tomorrow in the next couple of days. Hopefully, I can finish the book then. And I did also finish the 300 stitches on Kiki's delivery service. So I ended up getting 300 free in. I finished the little kitty, did a bit more of her sleeve, and then did most of the word impression with an exclamation point. It's just missing the I because my thread ran out. So yeah, this is what it ended up looking like. And next, I'm gonna work on my little pumpkin patch bells. So the middle one is finished. There is going to be another kitty on a pumpkin over here, and this one just needs backstitching. I think I finished all the black backstitching last time. It's not super visible, but this one is backstitched in black, but there is like other backstitching like white and green and orange to put in there. So I will definitely finish this one. I'll probably get quite a bit done on this one as well, because the goal for this one is also 300 stitches. And yeah, I'll see what I can get done in 2 hours. The threads are losing. They're blowing away. Yeah, this is not like searched. I don't know how to search. My mom does, but I feel like there were a lot of projects that I started at the same time. So some of them she has searched, but like these small ones are like you don't need to search them. I'll finish them before they unravel to the point where it becomes an issue. So yeah, I'm gonna get some stitching done. I should have like 15 to half an hour left today before I really do need to go to bed because I need to work tomorrow. And then hopefully tomorrow I will get these 300 done as well as my book. And then that will still be quite early in July, which I think is okay. I really wanted to get all the books done in June. I really like having them separated by the months, and I've like made my July TBR. But I think if I finish it like in the next couple of days, at least it's like early July, so that's okay. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next clip. Done! We made it! We did 24 hours. It ended up taking like, I think over a week maybe, which is definitely longer than planned, but we did it! So I ended up reading about 100 more pages of Siege of Mackinac. I'm about 2/3 done with it now. So a quick update because I won't finish it this vlog. I'm really enjoying it. It's just nostalgia. I have no idea if these books are good or not, but I loved them as a kid and it's really nice to revisit them. So that's basically my update. This is not my favorite of the series. The 5 and 6, I feel like they would have been better if they were combined into one book and like some parts were cut out or shortened that way. But I am still really enjoying it and I am excited to finish it. I'll probably finish it tomorrow or the day after, but that will not be in this vlog because we did 24 hours. I also finished my 300 stitches on the Pumpkin Patch Pals. The 24 hours were actually up about 150 stitches into this, but I wasn't able to film, so I figured I'll just finish the 300 and show you then. I ended up doing 325 because I forgot to quit, but this is what it looks like now. This little kitty is backstaged, and this one is quite far along already. So the pumpkin is fully stitched. I need to do the kitty as well as the leaves, and then obviously also backstitch, but it's gonna go away for now. And that is it for this vlog. I really enjoy doing this. I might do this more often. Let me know if you like it or hate it, or if you like want the book and stitching content separate, or if you kind of enjoyed having it together like this. This won't be like a regular thing, but I might do this like every once in a while. I am hoping to get back to my regular filming now, so that I'm kind of in the habit of it again. So fingers crossed. I also really want to film my July TBR. So I'm probably going to film that tomorrow if I have the energy for it. But that is the plan, to film a July TBR tomorrow, as well as like start a new stitching vlog for like a week or two. But that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I know this was quite a long one, so if you made it all the way to the end, you're amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.